Ramana Maharshi. He had been one of the well-known saints in Tamil Nadu, whose era had been in between 1879 to 1950. He was born in a small village called Tiruchuli in Virudhunagar district of Tamil Nadu. When he was young, he had been called as Venkataraman. From the beginning itself of his boyhood, one word, Arunachalam, had disturbed him a lot. That word had repeatedly come across his mind wherever he went. But he couldn't know why it had occurred to him. When he was young, he stayed at his uncle's house in Madurai, as he had lost his father. One day, when he was upstairs, he had a death fear that, as if he could have died. But, without any fear, he wanted to stage a death drama, so that he could have understood the real meaning of death. So, he leaned in a straight position, like a corpse, and at his mind, he thought that his body could have been taken to the graveyard, and felt that his body had been burnt. But even after having burned his body, he felt that his soul hadn't been destroyed, and even he could able to hear the voice of his soul. At that moment itself, he could have known the real meaning of life. Left for Virudhunagar, as he could understand the meaning of the word Arunachalam. There, he had shaved his head, and had only worn kabinam, a single piece of cloth that had guarded the sexual organ of the male. There, inside the Linga cave, he was on deep meditation, without any food and water, until his bottom area had been ruined with the insect bite. Later he had been identified by another saint, named as Sheshatri Swamigal, and our Venkataraman had been focused to the world of spiritualism. When his mother came to know about his son's monkhood, she persuaded his son to return to materialistic life. But he denied to do so. So, no other way, his mother left for her native village. But later, she had joined with her son's monkhood life, and had engaged her in the service of food preparation to the mutt. Venkataraman, after being identified as a young monk, had stayed at many places like Temple Mandapam, Temple Groves, and some of the caves, such one named as Virupachi. When he had stayed at the cave Virupachi, one person, named as Ganapathy, working as a teacher in Vellore, happened to meet him. Having attracted with the real virtues of the young saint Venkataraman, Ganapathy had renamed the young saint as Ramana Maharshi. After that, due to some insufficient space, Ramana Maharshi had shifted his shelter to somewhere up in the hill, where near one mountain spring, which had been later transformed as a hermitage, with the help of one of his devotee, named as Kanthan, and also that mutt had been called as Kanthashramam, followed by the name of that devotee. Ramana Maharshi, after his mother's death, had changed his shelter as a hut, to near his mother's samadhi, that is, her monument. Later, that hut has been now transformed into the present Ramana Ashram. Ramana Maharshi, at his age of 71, on 1950, April 14th, Friday, 8:47 p.m., had mingled with the eternal light. At that exact time, many people could have seen a bright burning star crossed over the sky.